Alright, so here we have a lot of explosives, fireworks. Took a lot of time. I would say every year we get a little bit better. I wouldn't necessarily say more. Well, last year we've certainly have probably increased, but just better organizing and fine-tuning it. You will not be able to see this, but what we have here and what we have on my laptop is our finale, fully timed out in a schematic by seconds.
So the things you may notice is the different colored fuses. The dark green fuse is slower. It burns probably about an inch or two every couple of seconds. So it's kind of slow. The pink fuses burns about 10 seconds for a foot maybe. It's a little bit faster. And then we have white fuse, which you don't see a lot of, but there are places where it's used, and it's mainly for when you want to get fuse and light it real fast to the next spot you want to go. That goes in maybe even like a second for every foot burned, so it's pretty fast.
Got a grid based on fuse time, how many inches, how long it'll burn, all the way through what you see here, several 500-gram cakes, 300-gram cakes, a bunch of reloadable shells, multiple explosion shells, all the way back here that we'll be setting these in for the finale. Obviously we've got a bunch of stuff around everywhere. You may get a glimpse of that. This year certainly an improvement is actually building out this full board. So our finale board, although we'll use it for other pieces, but our HDPE pipes, obviously much safer. I built this kind of holder this year, and I think it works pretty nice to hold 16 HDPE tubes. Now we just need about 10 more of those, right? Maybe next year. We have some of the ones right out of the kit, so as you'd expect, some cardboard ones and some of this other material, but it should last at least for the show. We'll probably only launch about 3 out of each of those. But from a finale standpoint, I think it'll be pretty exciting because we are going to, we'll start back here and light it, and I'll spare you all the exciting details, but it will be fairly slow paced throughout the entire finale, about 100 seconds or so, with a slight crescendo as we go throughout. And actually at the very end we'll probably virtually simultaneously or very close to each other launch about 8 to 10 for the final bang. But all throughout we have these spaced and timed out in precision. So we've got a couple big 500-gram cakes that go in succession. But there's a nice lull where about 10 seconds we'll kick off chain reaction, which is an angled repeater. Really, it's only 10 seconds, but it's an intense 10 seconds, and then with some aerials at the end. At that point we'll fan off to some of these some Saturn missiles, adds a nice little chaos, some squealing, nice little sound effects, all the way down to Fighting Rooster, which kicks off a volley of like 30 shots in about 20 seconds of nice aerials. Again, and that will end, Fighting Rooster, and this will end. Good and final end, Saturn missiles will end, and we'll have 10 launch almost within a matter of a couple seconds for the final bang. At least that's the plan.
2 different kinds here. We have 3 different kinds. This is the HD shells. They have a significantly bigger boom, you could say, from liftoff, and they launch really high. I put those up probably 150, maybe 200 feet high. Then you have a smaller set here. It's a single break. But you also have, over here, you have a double break, which launches 2 aerial umbrellas of color, which is really cool as well. Just not quite as big as the HD shells.
But I bet you we have, I don't know, I should do the math, 20,000 grams of fireworks down here. Maybe more than that. It's a lot. Anyway, enjoy.